I hit the button.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me make sure the Instagram they could tap into there. You know where we at, man. Hi to the Pistons fans, AllBall. They've been active.
Happy
Silence.
Monday. Happy Monday from Budapest. Wow. Big shout out all the way in Budapest. Damn.
Will you see that? I don't even see that. Flow 1742.
And I see some of the ladies already in the building. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. OG Darlene Bryan is in the building. Sam Gale is in the building. Come on, Wonder Woman is in the building. Big shout out to ladies of AllBall TV. Hope y'all had a happy Sunday, a happy Easter. Big shout out to the whole chat, especially the members. Happy Easter, everybody. By the way, Lakers down 20. Just to give y'all a heads up on that.
Nasty dog. Dirty dog.
Bum ass niggas.
Jesus Christ.
He'll figure out a way to get injured too.
The LeBron injury watch.
Yeah, he'll figure something out.
How much Coop got? Cooper Flag got 22. Smoking them. Sheesh. Y'all know what this is. You heard the LeBron hate early, so y'all know what this is.
Ball suckers.
Baby Bumba. Before we get started, hold the hell on. Oh boy, they trying to send us cash apps even while we offline. Kidding me? Shout out to Ron Lee Kidd. It's a dope name, by the way. That's a dope last name. My favorite point guard of all time, Jason Kidd. Ron Lee Kidd, thank you for your $20. No message, but the dollars was a clear enough stance. Appreciate that, my brother.
Straight to the point. Yeah. That's how most human beings should be. Straight to the point.
How you say it, old boy? Simple and plain?
Plain and simple.
We talking about, man. See the logo. Some things to talk about.
Before we start, big shout out the women of UCLA, national champions. Yes, UCLA smoked Dawn Staley in South Carolina in the national championship.
Word? Something awful?
By like 30. Y'all still think Dawn Staley should have coached the Knicks, right?
Who's UCLA's coach?
Listen, don't matter. She played the UCLA head coach, a lady. She won the first UCLA national championship before it was NCAA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's been that head coach for 15 years, and this is their first national championship. So shout out the women of UCLA putting belt the ass on South Carolina and Dawn Staley.
Shout out to Dom Drop. You know he's going to be going crazy.
Shout out our brother Dom.
Loves UCLA, always shows them love. Pepperdine and USC. Anything LA, Dom is with it. Donald Cannon, thank you for your $4.99. Salute, fellas. And F that African, however you pronounce his name. And we all American, all ball over here. Donald Cannon.
Y'all know what I don't know what you're talking about.
I hope I didn't say anything crazy. And if I did, I'm going to get your ass for your $4.99, brother. I will find you.
That was for you? I don't understand.
I don't know what it is, but I'm saying in case I said something that's crazy and I don't know,
Oh,
I will find Donald Cannon.
5-star chick is in the building. What up, 5-star chick? Let's get to it, man.
Nah, saying it. So we're gonna judge Dawn based on one game. Yes.
Yeah. Sam Gill, what you want us to base her on? What are you talking about? If she would have won, we would have been praising her, right? It's how you lose. Stop it. Come on, man. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. If she would have won, the glaze would have been out of control, and I probably would have been part of it. Stop it. You can't lose like that. She lost by 30 in the national championship game. Come on now. Come on. Come on now.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Jesse. He said he's talking about Giannis. The thumbnail has Giannis on it. Jesse, calm down. You can say that. You want an all-American professional basketball team. Not me. Bring me all these inmigrantes to my team to get this damn chip. And you know when you say my team, you know who we talking about.
Knicks rehab.
Knicks rehab, y'all. Oh, ball.
Was good.
Got some little bit of news. Brunson and Towns has been cleared to play basketball, apparently. I don't know what was ever wrong with him, but I think it was his elbow. I don't even know. An impingement? That sounds like he was trying to kill a vampire. What are they talking about? Brunson and Towns is available Monday versus the Hawks after missing one game with right elbow impingement. Am I thinking of an impalement? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Knicks injury report is clean.
It's above my pay grade. Saying impingement don't even sound right.
It sounds bananas. Cat, can you stop the weird shit, please? Don't ever make me say impingement again, Cat. Just say your elbow hurts, please. What are you talking about, all ball?
He needed that rest though, because the game before that, it was a point where he just looked gassed. So that was some well needed rest for him.
Definitely. And of course, speaking of off the bench, Mike Brown spoke about who's coming off the bench now that Cat is back in action. And he spoke to Alvarado, Jose Alvarado, Deuce McBride, and Shaman's situation and our rotation.
The rotation stuff. Jose, I don't think got in until the fourth quarter. Was that just more kind of wanting to experiment with different looks, different guys? Where do you see him in his spot in the rotation?
I went with the combination of Landry and Deuce as the backup point guards. We got those two guys out there. I want to take a look at that. Jose's done a fantastic job for us. But part of is we haven't had a lot of healthy guards, and Jose stepped in and did a nice job. And Deuce is getting healthier, and Landry's getting healthy, and trying to find minutes for those guys, because both those guys are capable of playing that spot is going to be a priority for me, because they've proven themselves this year for us. Thank you, guys.
So that was Mike Brown on Jose Alvarado. Looking like he's going to lose some minutes back to a healthy Shamet and Deuce, who he's been waiting on for a while. What are your thoughts about that, all ball? Because it has been confusing. We always spoke to how these rotations just seem a little bit, up in the air and inconsistent. But here we are, playoffs on the horizon, right around the corner. And Mike Brown speaks to Alvarado, lower on the depth chart.
I mean, where should he be on the depth chart? Like, he shouldn't be the first or second guy off the bench. Like, I'm sorry. He should be the fourth, fifth guy off the bench. Like with Mike Brown, I don't understand how you're having tough decisions with this. Deuce and Mitch should be the first off the bench. Then from there, you deal with Clarkson or Shamet or Diawara. Then you think about GTA. GTA should be in the game to disturb things, defense and things of that nature. Like, I'm being honest, this is why Mike Brown loses locker rooms, and this is why he can't keep a head coaching job, and this is why he will be fired once this season is done. Like, with him, he makes things harder than what it is. Flea been saying that, and me and Flea, we hate to agree with each other, but this is where Flea is 100% correct. This guy seems like he has no clue, and we are less than a week from the play-in, in less than 2 weeks from the playoffs officially starting. And this guy still doesn't sound confident. He still sounds like it's the beginning of the season. At this point, you're supposed to have everything down packed. Everything. Your lineups, your matchups, just everything. So, I understand, at that guard position, Deuce was out for a while. Shaman in and out the lineup, right? You just gave up on Kolick. So GTA had no choice but to get in the game. But now that guys are healthy and can play again, it's a simple solution. GTA, some games might not get in the game unless you just have some type of infatuation or love for him, because it seems like that's what it is. Because as soon as he came to the Knicks, he was immediately in a rotation playing heavy minutes. And that chemistry, him and Cat and Kolick has that as well. So, if it's a game where Kolick is struggling defensively, and there's going to be some games like that, I see GTA in the game. Like I said, let's say if Shamit or Deuce can't match whatever defensive assignment they have on whatever guard on the opposing team, I understand at that point, okay, GTA. But I'm fine with sometimes him not getting in the game, especially if the game is close. We have too many guards at that position that's been there long enough that has produced great minutes for us, or both ends of the floor. Shaman plays good defense. Deuce can play good defense. And both of them on the offensive end, when they get it going, tough. So Mike Brown is fucking annoying. Like, if you want me to be honest, like, he's annoying. And it's just crazy that first you have Cat talk about he's still trying to figure things out as far as this offense. And then now you have Mike Brown still trying to figure out rotations, still trying to figure out who gets the minutes at the guard position. What are you talking about? What is there to figure out? So for me, man, these playoffs is going to be scary for us, because this guy here, man, is starting to like really drive me crazy. And you bench Clarkson for a while, but you see he was ready to play. You just threw Kolick away for Alvarado. That right there, if I'm the front office or if I'm the owner, GM, whatever, I'm firing him soon as the playoffs is over. The only thing that can save him is a championship. Like, even if we get to the finals, listen, man, this dude is a mess. Like I said, seems like a nice guy, but at the end of the day, we see why players ran over him. We see why, players don't have no respect for him. We see why he lost the locker room, and we see why he gets fired in 5 games, and Sacramento just said we can't do it. Like, he needs to stop talking at the podium, seriously, and just let his coaching style speak for itself. He's starting to be annoying. He's starting to say all the wrong things. I don't like Mike Brown. I don't give a fuck if he's a nice guy. I know a lot of nice guys I can't fucking stand, and he's one of them.
I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now, even with Diawara. I just never understood how Diawara went out of the rotation all over again. Like, I understood in December when he was saying guys went down and Diawara was going to play more minutes, even though he'd rather him be in the G League. But at some point you said Clarkson has to sit down now for whatever reason. And I thought, if I could read it well, it was that you wanted to prep Clarkson for the playoffs, and he was the veteran guy. So he found him some time to rest, because I can't see no other reason as to how Jordan Clarkson, a veteran, is going to just be willing to just sit on the bench. I'm not buying that. And I don't care what anyone says, because Mike Brown is not persuasive enough to tell me something like that. Jordan Clarkson has been in the league for way too long. You sign him for whatever amount of money, and lo and behold, we see, well, Jordan Clarkson's back in the rotation, and we're gonna have to wait. The Warriors gonna have to wait for his number to be called, and all of a sudden, the very next night, his number was called. It's very confusing. I don't think he stands on anything, and you can see Rick Brunson and everyone has way too much say so for every decision, whether it's the owner, and it just feels like he's not the one making decisions. And it's the same thing with the temperament, the culture, and the locker room. We talked about it earlier with the confidence of the team. We don't see it because they're taking on the Mike Brown walking on eggshells thing. Like, that's what it feels like. Y'all walking on eggshells, man. It doesn't really feel like anything is definitive. We could talk about the schemes and everything ad nauseum, but Alvarado should have been on the bench, second, third. As soon as Deuce got announced and Shaman got announced they were healthy, he doesn't even have to address the media. He could just be like, yo, bro, nah, it is what it is. Like, those are the guys we signed, and they were proven beforehand. Alvarado's a great piece to have, to be a disruptor and everything like that. But he'll have his minutes. But as of right now, Deuce had a hell of a year. He shot a career high. He's the only player who has gotten better under Mike Brown's system. So it's not a surprise that he's going to get more minutes. But I'm with you 1,000% with this. This is the reason why he keeps losing jobs. I don't know what to believe. I don't feel motivated when you speak. I don't feel motivated on the sideline when you're coaching. And if I see other people keep making decisions for you, at some point, I'm going to lose all confidence in you. And I think this is the trickle-down effect that leads to bleeding into the next season when he normally gets fired within the organization. It usually takes season number 2, especially with a disappointing playoff run in the first season. Because remember what happened with Sacramento. They finished, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd seed. And remember, I was hyped off of them like, yo, they look good. For some reason, didn't work out. The next year, fired. Same thing with the Lakers. He didn't get fired the first year. It was the second year, 5 games in. Done. And it was abrupt. Coach of the year with Sacramento. Coach of the year with Sacramento. We don't have a hint of that this year, AllBall. So part of that is what we're feeling with this. Just a simple decision. Like, you can't tell us. Is that hard to explain? The backup to a backup to a backup to a backup? You just mentioned it's Bridges, Brunson, Deuce, Shamit.
He didn't even mention Kolek, Clarkson. I'm just saying, like, we're just talking the guard. You're just saying the guard position.
You expect Kolek to get more minutes than Alvarado?
Yeah, he should.
Wow.
Yeah, but why shouldn't he? Explain to me why Alvarado should get more minutes than Kolek. I have no problem with Alvarado getting minutes, but I want to hear why you could just now forget about Kolek and play Alvarado. I would love to hear why that should happen.
I don't think it has anything to do with play style for me. I think we've seen so much of Kolek where I don't know, number one, if it works for against every single team. And then Alvarado, not that Alvarado's game does, because his game is up and down, but it feels like he has that veteran card in his back pocket to get into the games. Because what other reason has he been playing more than Kolek? Like, it's not like that would be foreign. He's been playing more than Kolek. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me if he's the guy that's ahead of Kolek when we get into the playoffs. Why do you think?
I mean, for me, I just think offensively, Tyler Kolek is a better basketball player, better ball handler. Like I said, I'm not trying to make it Alvarado versus Kolek. I'm just saying, Mike Brown, you being the head coach, you have to find minutes for guys, especially in certain circumstances. There may be a game where Kolek and Alvarado can't play because the matchups may be too much. Like, he has to figure that out. Last season, the Pacers against the Knicks, that coach went 10, 11 deep into that roster. And some of those guys came in for 8-9 minutes, but was important minutes to hit 2 threes. Now they back on the bench. The job is done. I just needed you for that. That's Mike Brown's job. Not to play Alvarado 20-something minutes and shoot more than Karl Anthony Towns. Like, no. And this is, for me, going into the playoffs, Mike Brown is one of the main reasons why I'm nervous. Yeah, Tall Bridges ain't been playing well. Yeah, OG is inconsistent. Yeah, Josh Fart, we already know you get what you get from him. No chemistry from Cat and Brunson. But that coach on the sideline makes me more nervous than all of them. Because in every matchup, we potentially may have the worst coach in each game, each playoff series. I mean, he has to show and do better. And like I said, these talks he's doing at the podium, I don't know if this is his thing to try to woo us over, but it ain't working, dog. It ain't working. Like, seriously, it's not working. We beat up on bad teams, and we look mediocre against good teams. The great teams, it's not even no competition. Like, come on, bro. So he got to get it together, man. He has to get it together.
I don't know if he could, AllBall. I just feel as disgusted as, like, you know what really sucks about Mike Brown? And I might sound like a broken record. This is how we felt when we hired him. Like, you were trying to salvage it and spin it. But as soon as we heard we had Mike Brown, I was like, yo, man, there's no way I want to listen to this guy for more than 2 seconds of my lifetime.
Can I ask you a question? And this is dead serious. Also, chat. Is Alvarado that great of a defender? I'm not saying he's not a good defender, but is he that great of a defender? Like, seriously.
No.
All right. I know I'm crazy. Yeah, I don't, like, seriously. I understand Kolek is a liability on defense. Brunson is as well. Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges is as well. So we have a whole team of guys that's, listen, at times, Bridges can't guard nobody. They move him right out the way. Josh Hart gets fried. So for me, listen, pesky and a good defender is two different things. I'm not saying Alvarado shouldn't get playing time. I'm just saying, how do you just bury Kolek on a bench like that? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You telling me some of these games Kolek can't get 8 to 10 minutes, 6-7 minutes? Maybe just to get a different ball handler in there, a guy that's going to move the ball, get the offense going, where he's literally pass first. He's a better ball handler and passer than Alvarado. So for me, I'm just, I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong at all, though. Like, I don't. That's what I'm. We're both just stuck on the fact that if this is a multiple choice question, it's one of those questions you go, oh yeah, that's boop, you move along. And he's just constantly doing that. And then the rest of the team, we get it. Whoever you cool with, you're cool with. But we've seen too much of Kolek also where he does well. Like those Spurs victories, there's nothing to sneeze at. There's certain games I know against Philly and the other athletic teams, we were like Minnesota, certain teams, we just looked at Kolek like, I don't know. I don't think you're ready for those kind of bodies out there. But that doesn't mean that he can't play against and get advantages over all the bad teams. How doesn't he get, instead of going to the G League, how does he not play against every bad team in the league? He earned the right to get those kind of minutes, especially when you're here to develop Tyler Kolek and the rest of the young guys.
Yeah, I mean, just my last point. Big shout out to the chat. Y'all all making great points, right? And I just love the pushback. I love when y'all engage and, y'all believe in what y'all believe in. For me, I understand Kolek gets targeted. I understand he's a liability on defense. But you know what? At times, our whole team gets targeted in our liabilities on defense. Let's stop acting like they don't target Brunson. Let's stop acting like Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges don't get their ass fried. Like, seriously. Like, so for me, I get, GTA is a pest, but at times he comes in the game and fucks the game up as well on the offensive end. So This is Mike Brown's problem, and Mike Brown has to fix this. And I agree with everyone as far as, we have to be able to play defense. But I'm not going to just single out Kolek. Everybody has to play defense. And if you have a guy on the floor that can't defend, the team has to figure out a way to hide him. Like, we have a team where everybody's going to get hunted. We watch Cat get hunted in that pick and roll by guards. Everybody gets hunted. So we have a problem. In Mike Brown, you at the podium. Man, I'm tired of hearing this bullshit. Playoffs is here. Nobody can run it hard no more.
I think you made such a great point about Josh Hart getting fried, bro. Josh Hart makes a lot of dumb mistakes. I just recently on YouTube, it just popped up the last 5 minutes of that game 1 against Indiana.
Yeah.
The most disappointing player in that stretch, by far, was OG Anunoby. He left Neesmith open on every single play. I couldn't even blame Josh Hart for leaving him open on the backdoor cut or Obi Toppin on the backdoor cut. And I think one of the 3-point shots, Neesmith left him open. But I don't think Alvarado would improve that. I don't think, clearly Josh Hart doesn't improve that. But that's another guy, Josh Hart, that you can't have out there in that lineup because Josh Hart doesn't make you better defensively. Alvarado doesn't make you better defensively. And you need people like the way we need connectors on the offensive end. I don't think Josh Hart and Alvarado are necessarily connectors on the defensive end. They're not really making you better. The defense is looking to hunt you. The defense is looking to switch on you, more like Alvarado and Kolek too. But I think Kolek makes way smarter decisions on the offensive end, and he's just so he's lighter, so they can bully him and they can trap him at half court, slow him down from crossing the half court line. I think Alvarado got that advantage with him as far as that's concerned. All ball. I haven't been concerned with Alvarado bringing the ball up and getting an 8-second violation. Brunson and Kolek have always been like, yo, how you not getting past half court that fast? But aside from that, just if the number one concern is offense, it can't be defense because none of these guys are all defensive caliber, and they're not gonna help OG like OG Anunoby on the defensive end. They're gonna help him on the offensive end, and they're gonna help Cat on the offensive end. And I just don't see why he's married to Josh Hart in the starting lineup, crunch time minutes, and he's making it such a difficult decision to say, yo, Kolek, you're gonna have to be the backup to 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 the backup. That shit is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I understand how everybody feels and what they're saying. It's just, it's no way in the world you're telling me you can't find no minutes for Kolek no more. He had a stretch where it was like, okay, right? And we understand no BS. All these guys need to be on a short leash. How many times have we seen Alvarado get in the game and within 2-3 possessions, we're going, okay, that's enough. Get him out of here. That could be for all of them. Kolek, Clarkson, Diawara, Shaman, right? Especially if it's going to cost you a playoff game. So for me, I'm just saying, even against bad teams, there were times where it was like, wow, Kolek can't get in. Like, we're up 15-20, even if we're not up. And we just need some help on the offensive end as far as just ball movement. Damn, he can't get in the game. So, yeah, I listen, this is a problem. This is a problem. And Mike Brown has to figure this thing out. He really does. Because a lot of teams are thirsty to play us. And a lot of teams know, that guy on the bench, that coach, he ain't built like that. So that's why every team goes at our jugular. Every team. Every team. They ain't afraid of nobody on the Knicks on the defensive end. Whether it's Kolek, whether it's Alvarado, whoever. They are going at you. So guys got to man up.
You said something, man. I probably got to revisit it. Because of these super chats, though. King Speech, thank you for your $5. Didn't we complain about Tibbs' predictable rotations last year? Now Browns try to play the hot hand, give people a shot. Shots. It earns your minutes. Earn your minutes or shut the F up. I just think people take things way too far with these conversations. It turned into they're playing too many minutes. For me, it was just, bro, they don't have to play 45 minutes. That's insane. Josh Hart was literally playing 48 minutes in a series. He averaged that. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Can we like? There's not a debate. And Mikal Bridges spoke up on that. That's your guy, King Speech. He said that. Forget us. Even if we didn't say nothing, he said that. You can't tell us that it wasn't a problem last year. And it's not that they, as much as they play too many minutes, once again, even though it's a 7-man rotation for Tibbs and it's a 25,000 rotation for Brown, he doesn't have the right rotations playing the right amount of minutes. Now you got Diawara not knowing when he's going to get in the game. He doesn't know. Kohler doesn't know. Yeah, stay ready. What the hell does that mean? Don't tell me when somebody produces like that they shouldn't see the day of light. That doesn't make sense to me. The guys who earn the minutes at this point should be playing and should be getting ready to play in the playoffs, all ball. That I'm not going to understand.
I mean, I'm with earn your minutes, and I'm also with, in the playoffs, listen, those minutes go down. Guys, that rope gets real short. You make one bad mistake, you might not get back in the game when it comes to the younger guys. So for me, it's just last season, we all had a problem with Tom Thibodeau in the depth we had, right? And not being used. Now we have depth. We have it, right? They may be small, but we have 9-10 guys that can legit give you 6 to 12 important minutes, night in and night out. Those small minutes means a lot to a Brunson or OG or Bridges or a Hart or a Cat as far as getting your second win, knowing, those guys are going to have to bring us home during, the end of some of those games. So, like I said, great coaches, small coaches, this is a great problem to have, especially when the players respect the coach. No player is going to be mad if they get in the game and only get 6-7 minutes because they know their role. And that's the problem with Mike Brown. Everybody doesn't know their role. Guys come in chucking. Guys come in trying to do too much. Listen, it's a major problem, and a lot of it is coaching at this point, man. I'm sorry. A good head coach with this team that can put guys in their place, help guys understand what it takes to win, we'd be a whole different ball club.
What's wrong with being predictable, too? Like, the 6-man is usually the 6-man on every team. The starting lineup is usually the same starting lineup.
No, but I get what he's saying, meaning like you know when Brunson is going to play the whole quarter. You know when Cat is going to get substituted out. Like, if I'm guessing, to me, that's very predictable, and I don't like it. That means you coach the same way no matter what. So a great head coach can expose that. So I don't like being unpredictable when it comes from that because, all right, put it like this. What if we got it rolling with Cat? Are you still going to take him out at the 6-minute mark? A coach that knows that can play to that. What about if we got it rolling and we know Brunson comes in the game at the 7-minute mark? Are you still going to bring him in and mess up the rhythm of the game? Good coaches know how to expose that. So, listen, it's in the playoffs, man, this shit is chess. The regular season is checkers. In the playoffs, this shit is chess. And the great coaches with less talent, a la Spo, and, just Rick Carlisle, bro, they play chess at a high level. And this is why they've been successful in the playoffs. You can't be that predictable.
But then I think this is the other side of the same coin. Excuse me, you so unpredictable that you end up in the same place. If not, maybe worse. I don't remember anyone losing their confidence last year in the playoffs. It was just when we got stifled against Indiana and Mike Brown Tom Thibodeau went against his own mentality, his own coaching style. But I still think we're predictable as far as that. As far as what you're saying with the 6-minute mark, Cat sits out first quarter, 6-minute mark, comes back 3-minute mark, Fourth quarter, we know Brunson's coming back, 7.5-minute mark, 6-minute mark. End of the third quarter, Cat's leaving 3-minute mark. He's still doing that. But with the unpredictable rotations, it's like if you're a coach, you're going to ride out these waves. Oh, he's probably going to bring in some crazy dude today with his Diawara or Jordan Clarkson. But my thing is, by now, you know who should go to it. Like, you know Jordan Clarkson is a herky-jerky kind of dude. He's streaky. Same thing with Josh Hart. He still doesn't have a feel for the game like Tibbs didn't. They're too robotic in their own ways. At some point, like you said, somebody got the hot hand, or it's just a hot version of whatever they're good at. Josh Hart's getting 5 rebounds, 8 rebounds. He figured it out. You got to leave him in the game. He's dominating. Clarkson, he's scoring 10, 6 points, 8 points, 10. Or he's getting to the basket, getting fouled. He's figuring something out. Leave him in the game. I think those are the intangibles that we talk about. And I don't, Mike Brown super complicated something that didn't need that much complication. He needed a little bit of tweaks. I think he just went way too far as the experimenting goes.
Yeah, I mean, last season in the playoffs, we seen what was our Achilles heel. Guys playing too many minutes throughout the whole season. And by the time you get to the conference finals, you're exhausted. Even Tibbs was exhausted. And great coaches, great minds know that and see that. And what happens? You get your ass kicked. You lose the first 2 home games in the playoffs. That's from just now that we have the depth. 2-3 minute rest means everything. Everything. We didn't have that last season. We have that now. It's just Mike Brown got to know how to do it. Like I said, he's out there playing checkers. Everybody else playing chess. We got to pray and hope that going into the playoffs, he figures this thing out. Because trust me, teams are waiting. And they're waiting to make a name off of us. Teams know if we beat the Knicks in the first round, that's their championship. So we got to be prepared because everyone is going to be prepared, especially coaches and the coaching staff. Other teams know if I could beat the Knicks in the first round, I'm going to get extension. I'm going to get more money. Now the coaching staff look like they know what they're doing. All that plays a part, bro. Don't get it twisted. Guys are trying to get longevity in this league. You know how you could do that? Beat up on the Knicks in the first round. We got to be prepared, and it's up to Mike Brown to have us prepared for every single game.
Brooklyn point guard, thank you for your $2. GTA is a better defender than Kolek. Yeah. But even then, Kolek has a lot of great defensive plays. Not to say he's more consistent defensively, but GTA is not that good to even be arguing for. Like for me, that's how I feel. Appreciate the $2. But it ain't, I ain't even trying to argue for or against that shit. If that makes any sense. Brooklyn point guard, thanks again, man, for your $10. Come on, OG. You know better than this. No way Kolek will get burned than Grand Theft Auto on no team. Not saying I'm gonna get back to that when AllBall gets on the screen. Brooke. Oh, there it goes right there. Brooklyn point guard said, come on, OG. You know better than this. No way Kolek will get more burned than Grand Theft Auto on no team. Not saying GTA is a lockdown defender, but you can feel what he brings on the defensive end more than Kolek.
Once again, I'm not here to debate that. Remember, I'm not here to say who should get more minutes. I'm just saying, how does Kolek get no minutes? That's my beef, my argument. I know GTA is a better defender, but let's stop acting like GTA is like a great defender. Like seriously, he's not no Pete Pat Beverly and nothing like that. Like he ain't Muggsy Bogues. Like we gotta stop. He's a solid defender. He brings good energy. I'm just saying, how does Kolek not get any minutes? That's all I'm saying. There's times we're struggling offensively. Nobody can get Cat the ball. There's times GTA looked like a mess on the offensive end. Turn the ball over, taking bad shots. Why not get Kolek in there for 3-4 minutes just to see what can happen? And if he looks the same, you pull him. But I understand what you're saying, Brooklyn PG. That's why I said I'm not trying to make it Alvarado versus Kolek. I'm just saying I don't understand how Kolek can't get no minutes sometimes.
And I'm okay with it being Alvarado versus Kolick at the 10th spot on the bench. That's why it's like, cool, bro. We can have that argument, but not really. Thanks for the $10 though, Brooklyn Point Guard. Great, great way to push back on us, man. We respect that. Antonio, thank you for your $10. I'm here for the Mike Brown critique. Love the show, fellas. Over here listening with my lovely wife. She's a Pacers fan, but she's good people. She loves the show too. Wow.
Big shout out to you and wifey. You said she good people, so we gonna believe you. She's a Pacer fan. But take it easy. Love. I ain't gonna do that. We show the ladies love over here. Big shout out to you though.
Definitely. What's that's a soccer team with the shield? I don't know. I think it's June or something like that. I forgot their name.
Hey, Antonio, we gotta find a way to convert her, bro. There's no need for her to be a Pacers fan at all.
Word. King Speech, thank you for your $2. You get it, OG. Spo and Carlisle took Tibbs' food.
Made them look silly out there. And if we're not careful, coach is gonna make Mike Brown look like an idiot out there.
But remember earlier this year, Carlisle was showing a lot of respect to Mike Brown. Or he was saying like, yo, he did a great job. And he was saying that the Knicks, remember, this is when we were starting to get gassed up. He was the first person to be like, yo, they're never gonna give up, never say die attitude. Yeah. And at the time we said either it's a really good compliment, we on the way, or Spo is lying and he wants Mike Brown to get as much money as possible so that he could get triple the money. You paying that guy 40, I better get $300 billion if you paying Mike Brown.
Bro, majority of people in the world are nice people. And that's okay. I don't expect a coach to say another coach is bad or another coach don't deserve this. It's a fraternity. So, it's just nice guys complimenting another nice guy. But we all know, cut the jokes. Imagine Rick Carlisle with this roster. Come on, dog. Imagine Spo with this roster. You kidding me? I bet you they won't have no problem finding minutes and getting everything out of guys. Bet that.
All right, nice to know, Antonio. That's my team from Barranquilla. Is it Barranquilla or Barranquilla? Colombia, my other hometown. Oh, we got the Colombianos in the building. What up, though? Que lo que? Imagine Mark Jackson with this roster. Please don't.
I like it. Hold guys accountable. Listen, everything we missing is what Mark Jackson is and what we need. Toughness, defense, hold guys accountable, and let you know if you ain't here to win the championship or just to play the right style and great basketball, bye. That's the problem with this team. Mike Brown, like I said, he's just letting guys run amok. Nobody's held accountable. Nobody's responsible for nothing.
Oh. We need like a ring or bell ring when we hear this Cash App, baby Bubba. Samuel, thank you for your $10. He said just for a little support. Samuel, we ain't turning it down. Thank you, baby Bubba. We appreciate you. Is it me? You kind of like DL Hughley in that picture, Samuel? Let me know.
No.
Love it. You can see that clearly?
He does not look like DL Hughley. Sorry.
Cash App ABTV3. Cash App is ABTV3. Instagram AllBall TV3 _. That's AllBall TV3 _. Join us on both ABTV3. Send us some Cash Apps on there. We already explain to you all the time that on Cash App the support is better because YouTube is doing pure robbery. It's neither here nor there. ABTV3 is the Cash App. AllBall TV3 _. Join us on Instagram so we can get that thing to 1,000 followers. We need the Instagram to be at 1,000 followers to go live from that new channel. That way we could really get this thing popping. And of course, AllBall. See a lot of you guys in the chats, very familiar faces. But what's stopping you from joining the membership? Huh? Let us know. Even if you have a cause for pause, I want to know the reason why. Why the hell you ain't clicked that join button? Huh? Stopping you from putting that members only jacket on, AllBall.
See, that's Fabian being like Rick Carlisle and Spo, Speaking of y'all nice, I ain't nice. Why the fuck y'all ain't members yet? Why? Please, someone explain. Come on, man. Y'all see the Cash App. Y'all see the Instagram. Go follow that motherfucker. Come on now. Need y'all help. I need y'all help. Please, baby. Please, please, baby, please. Help me quit my job.
You just said Wemby shouldn't be begging.
I ain't Wemby. I need
my
the help.
sympathy.
Right. Listen, but now, all jokes aside, man, big shout out to the chat. Like I said, man, love all the members, love the whole chat. You know, y'all see the Cash App ABTV3. Y'all see the Instagram, AllBall TV 3_. Please go follow that page. What we got next?
You know what we got next? The rumors. They're back, AllBall. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't be scared now. This is your fault. You've been calling upon all these superstars playing with our name, and they caught on to your shenanigans. Another confirmed Giannis Knicks headline. Yep, you guessed it. I don't even know who the hell interviewed this dude this time, but they're saying it. Giannis Antetokounmpo. It was confirmed that the Bucks and Knicks held trade talks ahead of the NBA deadline amid rumors about his future. Giannis has confirmed reports that the Milwaukee Bucks and New York Knicks discussed the trade involving a two-time NBA MVP. In a profile of Antetokounmpo by Laurie Nickel of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the Bucks superstar acknowledged the team's talks with the Knicks were real. Shams from ESPN Shams Charania reported on October 7th, 2 weeks before the start of the 2025-2026 season, that Antetokounmpo singled out the Knicks as the only team he would accept a trade to if the Bucks were to move him. So you hear it there, AllBall. Giannis Antetokounmpo once again playing games with the Knicks fans, the NBA world. Where do you stand now with Giannis at this point in time?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like this Giannis Milwaukee Knicks triangle of death, right? I don't know what this is. Like the Milwaukee Bucks look like one of the worst organizations in NBA history, the way they're just dealing with this Giannis Antetokounmpo situation. I don't get it. For me, I still haven't heard Giannis come out and say anything. So, I understand Shams and these guys is, when you get the reports from them, it's basically legit. But right now, and I could be wrong, Giannis is losing a little bit of his spunk for me. Like, I don't think he's as attractive, 6 months ago as he is now. At the end of the day, he's playing too many games, man. He's playing. I don't want to deal with nobody like that. 1 minute you want to stay, 1 minute you don't. Then you're going to bring your brothers along. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Yeah, and listen. I watch your brothers throw alley-oop to the other brother, the weakest alley-oop in NBA history, and they celebrate. I ain't got time for that. Nah, man. Nah. I don't even know if I want Giannis at this point. I'm being honest. He probably going to want 80, 90 million a year. I don't even know if he want to be a champ. I'm over Giannis, bro. I'm over Giannis. I'm being honest. I'm over Giannis. If we could get him for the low, then cool. But if it got to be, where you got to give up Cat, OG, Induce, or some nut shit like that, I'm straight. Yeah, Sada Barry. I'm over Giannis, bro. I'm over Giannis. I don't care who he's better than. I'm over Giannis. If we get a better coach or one more subtle piece, another 6'8", 6'9" wing defender that can shoot the three, I think that's what we need more than anything. I'm over Giannis, Fabian. I'm sorry. I'm over Giannis, bro. Yeah. Too many games being played. Too many games being played. Like the chat be saying, I'm too old to curse. Giannis and them is too old to be playing these games. Yeah, I'm done. I'm tired of Giannis, bro. Sorry.
April 5th, 2026. This is before the playoffs start. Definitely going to have to wait to the results of these playoffs to get a real legit all-ball opinion about Giannis. We've been saying it beforehand. It's a very tough deal to have Giannis on the table, all NBA, MVP caliber dude, and not listen to the Bucks. You have to sit down and speak to them about that. It is what it is. Also, it's one thing that we've been going back and forth about with Giannis is playing the villain, and the fact that, when it was time for Kobe to leave the Lakers, there was no problem doing that. He just did it. And now we see Giannis opens up on Bucks' relationship and calls the ultimatum a slap in the face. So today, Giannis spoke candidly with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel about his interpretation of his relationship with the Milwaukee Bucks franchise as they continue down on a more acrimonious path as Antetokounmpo becomes eligible for a pivotal 5-year, $275 million contract extension in October. He and the Bucks are heading towards an inflection point. Bucks Governor Wes Edens told ESPN that Antetokounmpo would either commit to signing the extension or we would be traded this offseason. Giannis said, for me, it's like a slap in my face. It says a lot, especially as somebody that has been this loyal, and I've showed appreciation to the team, to the community, to the fans, to everybody that I worked with, and that's almost like a slap in the face. I'm here, I'm committed to the team, and I'm committed to Milwaukee because I love this city. To the organization, the conversations that I have between me, myself, and my bosses is private. It should not be in the media. If they're willing, they want to share it to the media, they can go ahead and do that. I'm here, I'm committed, I'm wearing the jersey. It is disrespectful to my teammates, to my coaching staff. I don't want to be here, and I will never do that. I don't want to go to war with y'all and say I don't want to be here, and I will never do that. Now, what goes on in private rooms, it's not my job. It's not my responsibility, and it should not in no shape or form be shared in public. I believe in etiquette. I believe in human etiquette. I believe in basketball etiquette. Same with my GM. Same with my coaches. For me, Wes Edens' comment was a slap in the face, but it's my boss, so I just got to keep on moving forward. Could they downplay my contract? 1,000%. Yeah, he's a Buck for life. Yeah, whatever. I totally agree with you. That's my one leverage. But again, I have declared that I'm a Buck many times, and I've said the most important thing, which I believe in. I would say again, I don't feel comfortable talking to nobody. I tried this whole year to stay to myself, and also this past summer, I was more closed off to myself. I don't know if that's because I don't feel comfortable opening up enough, or if it's just I just don't want to open up at this point. It's definitely not like before. So there's a lot that it's a lot of mumbo jumbo. It's like an aggressive version of Mike Brown. And in the article that they're referring to with the lady, Lori from Milwaukee, she was saying, she described how like this summer was going to be tumultuous for Giannis, and it sounded like they thought he would be traded, and he wanted the family to go to Greece, how much, family means to him, and how they were always at the games beforehand normally, and going into this season, they flew to Greece and stayed there. And it wasn't until Thanksgiving where they came out and they started to greet him all over again. So it really did feel like Giannis was going to be somewhere else out of Milwaukee by the time the season started, in my opinion, because you didn't want to restart your NBA season in a new city, and you have your kids with you, and you want to make sure that they have, they're stable somewhere in a familiar territory. I said it from when Kendrick Perkins said it. He's right, bro. You don't want to be the villain. Stop telling me that the private conversations you have with your general manager and your owners shouldn't be public. It's not the age we live in anymore. You love LeBron so much, he showed you already. Yo, bro, it is what it is. This is the games we play. And he, for one, can't talk because all of his public statements they contradict each other. So which one is it? You want it to stay private, but when you talk, you get to like tell us two things that don't even match and confuse the hell out of us? Giannis, you full of shit, bro. If you want to come here, just say so. And Kendrick Perkins been said that, and he was absolutely right, all ball.
Listen, man. Would I take Giannis if we could get him for the low? Yes. But, for me, it only makes sense if Giannis is here with Cat and Brunson. If Giannis is here with Cat, Brunson, probably OG, then it makes sense. Right? But even if he's here, you need shooting. You need, for me, I'm just tired of the same old with Giannis. Bro, come out and say what you want. I need you to say it. Fuck the reports. I want to go to New York. If I don't hear that from him, man, listen, I'm done with homie. I'm done. Done. Like, I don't know. I ain't begging for shit except for the chat to help us retire. Not begging for no Giannis, bro. I did that already. It ain't work. I begged for Giannis. He said he's staying in Milwaukee. Fuck, get out of there, man. I'm over Giannis, man. Nah. Like I said, if we could get him for the low, then okay, cool. But like I said, if it got to be one of those deals where you give up everything, because we have enough pieces. Take Bridges, take Hart, take Deuce, take a whole bunch of them other. Like I said, if we could keep Giannis with Cat and Brunson, then it makes sense. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, remember that rumor, any trade with Giannis, it has to start with OG and Bridges. If it could just be that, I'm making that move. Even if it's OG Bridges and let's just say another player, I'm making that move. But if it's OG Bridges with Mitch and Deuce and I'm not doing all that. So I'm not doing all that. Sorry. I thought about it, and just to even be discussing Giannis 2 weeks away from the playoffs. Listen, bro, we worry about you when the season is over. Seemed like he loves the spotlight because he's still making headlines. That nigga ain't even on the court. That was enough with that Milwaukee Giannis situation. Like Adam Silver, someone needs to step in. Like, yo, bro, fix that situation so both parties can move on with their lives. Seriously. But I'm over that whole situation, bro.
That's something else that I didn't bring up, that the NBA is investigating the Bucks because they interview Giannis, and that's where some of the smoke is coming from as well. That he's saying he's healthy, he's ready to play. And we heard Embiid with this, Embiid just flat out said, yo, go ask Daryl Morey about why I'm not playing. Because Embiid said he heard through the media that he wasn't playing whatever game that was last. So there's beyond friction between, Giannis and ownership.
I would do Cat and Mikal Bridges for Giannis. For me, that's the best deal I would do for Giannis. Cat and Mikal Bridges, or Mikal Bridges, OG, and maybe a Deuce. Those two deals is what I'm doing. I'm not doing no more than that.
I mean, I would love to if it's Cat. The only thing is, we can't have Mike Brown here, bro.
He's not, but he's not gonna, bro. Mike Brown, listen, I don't know what y'all thinking. Y'all need to start listening to AllBall Stradamus. Mike Brown is gonna be fired, bro. It's no way in the world he's keeping this job.
So who do we go after?
Gotta wait to see what happens once the season is over. What coaches is available? I mean, that's something that can't be answered right now. You got to see what coaches is available. But what I realize is a lot of smart coaches, great coaches, they got to want to coach a certain roster. You see what Steve Kerr said, the Knicks or Stephen Clay. It's a no-brainer. You gotta make it attractive to whatever coach you want. So whatever coach you're going after, if you can go, hey, we got Giannis, we got Brunson, we got OG, or we got Giannis, we got Cat. You got to make it desirable. So I think you get the roster first. Then you look for the coach. But you can't look for the coach now because if you ain't got a roster, they don't want to coach. Ain't no coach coaching no roster. They do not want to coach.
Yo, LB, so wavy. What has Johnny Bryant done? Like you saying, you could say the same thing about Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla played college ball. Like he kind of had a tough pass, to be honest with you, in college. Like I think he got locked up for some shit. Played under Huggy. You know, what is Johnny Bryant? I know he's trained a lot of players, but that Joe Mazzulla is on the end of that bench now, where you got Charles Lee coaching the hell out of Charlotte. Ime Udoka was coaching the hell out of Houston. He's still Ime Udoka. Now you got Joe Mazzulla up there, and Brad Stevens is up in the front office, and also Danny Ainge was there before. So you got a whole bunch of just NBA nerds, NBA basketball guys that can contribute to this. What, aside from being Donovan Mitchell's homeboy, he was everybody's trainer. What is the proof? Because that's the question I always ask y'all, and y'all come up with nothing. Who did he coach? What G League team did he coach? Dad know from OKC was coaching the G League teams, bro. He was coaching the Florida teams after Billy Donovan. So a lot of these guys have proof in the pudding with them. We just overlook it sometimes because they come out of nowhere. But you know, Spoelstra, he was in the film room. Like we know some of their stories. I haven't heard the Johnny Bryant story. What is his story? Explain to me what made you believe that this guy, it could be the next Knicks head coach. Do you see what's happening with Mike Brown right now? Could he be like Charles Lee? He was with Tibbs, all right, but what would he run? What has he shown you? What college teams has he been a head coach of? I kind of get frustrated with that name, AllBall, so I don't know anymore.
I mean, I've always said the game has gotten younger. The coaching has gotten younger. And I've said it from the beginning of the season. Listen, you get a young coach in there that's relatable. He's been around the game a long time. You know what I mean? Guys may respect him. And he can bring a different eye to the game. Like a lot of these old guys are stuck in their ways. Look at Mike Brown trying to implement a system and he doesn't have the players for it. He's trying to implement a system he's used to. The Golden State Warrior system. We don't have a Clay or Steph. Maybe you get a younger coach in here. It don't have to be Johnny Bryant, but remember, I alluded to Sam. It's just a lot of good coaches out there that's young that deserves an opportunity. And you never know until they get the job. But for me, I've said it from football, even to baseball, to now basketball. When you look at coaching, it's getting younger, more fit. That's no coincidence. Look at, like you said, the Hornets coach. Look at the Spurs coach. Look at the Denver coach. Look at, bro. And then when you look at our coach, even for the last 2 seasons, old, fat, and out of shape. Come on, bro. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but that's what it is. Why are we going away from what's working?
So 2 more seconds on that, AllBall. This is Johnny Bryant's career, according to Wikipedia, right? An associate head coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, of course, he played for college basketball for the Utah Utes. In 03-04, he was at San Francisco City College. That's ill. He transferred to University of Utah. That's dope. Where he redshirted the remainder of the season. Bryant earned honorable mention All Mountain West Conference, appearing in all 29 games. That's cool. Now in his coaching career, Bryant started coaching at Bryant Sports Academy, a skill development program through which he worked with athletes of all ages, including Utah Jazz forward Paul Millsap, Milwaukee Bucks guard Damian Lillard. In 2012, Bryant was hired by the Utah Jazz as a player development assistant. And in 2014, he was promoted to assistant coach by Quinn Snyder. Then he stayed there up until 2020, and that's when he went to the Knicks. And Bryant was named the associate head coach for Tom Thibodeau, obviously. So that's dope. Then he was hired by the Cleveland Cavaliers as an associate head coach. And I know he interviewed for the Phoenix Suns job. So to be an associate head coach and assistant coach, and get promoted like that is no joke. So that does give me a little more credence, because to impress Tom Thibodeau and Quinn Snyder, I give Quinn Snyder a lot of credit. I've always liked the way he's coached them Utah teams, and I like the way he coached Atlanta in a lot of ways. He hasn't gotten it, gone crazy, but I've never thought he was trash. And to impress guys like Tibbs and Quinn Snyder is a big deal. Even though you didn't get the Phoenix job, clearly that guy was in the bag because of that owner who really wanted what's the Michigan State coach? Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
That's who the Phoenix Suns owner wanted, because he went to Michigan State. So Johnny Bryant didn't have that in the bag. And of course, we wanted Johnny Bryant on his team, who was on Utah, cool with Donovan Mitchell, and we were trying to pry Donovan Mitchell over here. So he has relationships with players, and that could help us too around the league, being that he knows a lot of people all ball. So this thing can. We've already written off Mike Brown for the year. We were already looking for a list of coaches again. Another summer all ball, another list of coaches.
Bruh, Mike Brown took the ball out of Cat's hands. The second best player, the best 3-point big shooting in NBA history, he took the ball out of his hands. So a guy that's known for offense, if you take the ball out of his hands and put a system around him that doesn't fit him, what is he supposed to do then? He never was a great defender. He's here for offense. We have a coach that took him out of the offense. That's like a coach coming here and telling Brunson, no, we don't want you handling the ball. We don't want you shooting the ball. Bro, you got to know how to coach your guys. We now have Josh Hart running amok.
Right.
What are we talking about? We take the ball out of Cat's hands, but we allow Josh Hart to do what he wants. Mike Brown don't make no sense, man. I'm sorry, man. Listen, a better coach, a lot of problems would be fixed.
You just reminded me, Michael James had an ill comment similar to what you just said. What you said was like simple and plain. Bro, we got Cat here. He's known for offense, not known for defense. Why would you reduce what he's known for? It makes no sense. It's his strength. And Michael James said in the comment, maybe Cat wasn't confused the whole time about Mike Brown's system. Maybe he's confused with the fact that about what you're saying right now. Why would you do this to me when you need me to play at a certain level? I'm confused. Why are you trying to limit what I can do? That's exactly what you just said. It's mind-boggling. But is Johnny Bryant the answer, all ball?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's the answer, but I know what Mike Brown doing isn't the answer. And it showed night in and night out. It's not the answer. And that's okay. Right? You try something, you make a mistake, okay. Pick yourself up and try again. Rest in peace to great Aaliyah, right? I have no problem with failing, but let's get it right. You can't make this mistake. You can't bring a coach in and now your best two players have no chemistry. Oh, and by the way, your 7-footer, that's probably one of the most talented guys on the team. We're going to run a system that has nothing to do with you. I need you to get it off the boards and be a great defender. That's basically what Mike Brown told Cat this season. We don't need you to do anything offensively. Get it off the board and defend. Like, come on, man. Let's come on, man.
Shout out to Samuel Ramsey, man. Gave us that Cash App earlier. Collaboration. Mike Brown is not calling the shots. That's another thing. Johnny Bryant's been here. Is he willing to collaborate? I'm hoping that's not the issue. Mike Malone doesn't want to come here, or just any coach that can give us a shot, a better shot, if they're going to be turned off by this collaboration thing that it's dumb. Too many chefs in the kitchen. Miles Green, thank you for your $4.99. Yo, what if it's Doc Rivers? That's the fourth fucking Doc Rivers mentioned this month. April just started 4 days ago. April Fools was done 72 hours ago, whatever it is. Can you guys stop, please?
I'm not responding to that because I'm not even putting that in the air. Because with the luck I be having, that can actually happen. So I'm not even paying that no mind. Big shout out Miles Green though.
Would you throw in the Knicks fan towel if Doc Rivers is a coach?
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Yep. With no hesitation.
That would be crazy. Real quick, old ball. Oh, wrong thing. My bad, old ball. We did have some sneaky footage. The Knicks, first and second best players. What happened?
No. Nothing. I'm waiting for you to pull up the thing.
The sneaky footage. While Mike Brown was talking, Brunson and Cat were conversing at the end of the bench, and people were going crazy about it. I guess. Josh Hart was canoodling with him the previous night, a previous game when we played Memphis. Is there any life to this? Are we hopeful that Jalen and Karl Anthony Towns are really just turning this thing around?
That picture right there, when you watch it in real time, they actually look like they was having organic, good conversation. Flea, what up?
Flea was good.
That screenshot doesn't tell the whole story. In real time, watching the game and seeing them conversing on the bench, it looked real, and I liked it because I want to be wrong in saying that they don't like each other, don't have no chemistry. We need them more than ever right now to be on the same page, especially going into the playoffs. So I think showing Cat and Brunson on the bench together actually looking like they have some type of respect for one another. It didn't look phony. It didn't look fake. Like I said, the screenshot doesn't tell the whole story. Watching that game, you had to see when the camera went over to them, they were actually talking. And it looked honest and it looked real. So for me, you as a Knicks fan, you have to be happy that these two guys are hopefully trying to get it together, because going into the playoffs, if we're unsuccessful, both of their names is on the line, and they'll be lying to themselves if they don't think that, right? So even if you gotta muck it up and be a little phony, but understand the situation, you know, how many of us been in situations where you had to play it off to get the right results, right? And then after the right results happen, okay, we go back to whatever. So for me, these two guys need to be very careful, because if we're not in a dogfight in the conference finals or the finals, it's going to be a lot of smut put on Brunson and Cat's name. Yeah, we all know Mike Brown is going to get fired. He ain't the guy. But if we lose in the first or the second round, or if we get dog walked in the conference finals, Cat and Brunson's name is going to be a smear campaign. So I hope they understand, and I hope they try to figure this thing out so we go into the playoffs and play some good basketball, because we're going to need them two to be on the same page, have some type of chemistry. We are not going to win with these two mugs not being able to play alongside each other. That ain't going to happen. So I love what I had saw from them in that moment, because it looked organic.
I don't know if I've seen anything as of late. Everyone just seems like they're on the same page for once about how confused we are and how we got to play better and stay focused. But I don't know if I've seen anything that really gives me confidence that Brunson and Cat and just that anything's going to change from what we've been thinking for the last several months. What are you thinking right now?
First of all, happy Resurrection Day, Easter to everybody. Missed y'all today. Been moving around with the family all day, so hope everybody had a good Sunday and all that good stuff. Stakes too high right now for shit not to be organic and genuine with this team. It ain't no way we gonna just piece it together, kiss and make up at the family reunion, but shit ain't real when we leave the family reunion. The stakes is too high for everybody not to be on the same page and playing like everything is cool. I just don't think teams get it done that way. And we don't have great enough players to mask some funny shit going on. Like you always like to go back to Mike and Scotty, to Shaq and Kobe. When you make those comparisons, you know what makes up for a lot of the bullshit and a lot of the I'm the alpha guy, you the alpha guy, all of that stuff that them guys kind of went through. Them niggas was elite at what they did. Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, for me, when you talk about top 5 in their position, top players in the league, like being able to trust those guys, nothing about them playing together has put any trust in us over the last 2 seasons, especially this year. So for me, I can't see going into the playoffs and everybody is acting like stuff is cool. Now, stuff got to really be cool. We got to really like have a moment where everybody is on the same page for at least a 2-month stretch and we win a championship. And I don't think throughout the season or even leading up to the playoffs, we've done that. So I just don't trust this team. There's nothing about this team that says, okay, I'm gonna trust y'all when we get into the trenches this postseason. Everything about this team says I'm gonna quit on each other when the going gets tough. And especially those two guys playing next to each other. Cat is not a pick and roll big. So it's hard for Brunson. He wants to pick and pop before he picks and rolls to the rim hard. We wonder why Mitchell Robinson gets so many lobs all the time. Yeah, because he rolls to the rim hard. Cat's going to pick and pop. Cat's going to pick and stay sometimes. He's not even going to be an option after setting the screen. It's like I'm just setting the screen to get Brunson open. I'm not setting the screen to get myself open or put the double on Brunson. So it's a lot of little things to me that they haven't worked out. So now we expecting them to do the tough stuff come playoff time. I can't see it. I can't.
So you haven't seen anything to indicate that when it gets even tougher, that Karl Anthony Towns is going to be able to understand what Brunson means by, yo, go post up. Yo, why don't you go roll, dive like Mitchell Robinson so we can at least dump the ball in a more favorable position between you and the rim. That's a great point, because it's one thing to ask, like it's too much talking, it's too much nice guy talk, but it's not even enough plays and like follies. Like I don't mind you trying to throw the right pass or trying to make a play happen. Just like I said the other day, I don't care if Mikal Bridges goes for 30 shots. I don't care if Karl Anthony Towns goes for 30 shots, because now you're changing the way. Now you're changing what to expect from what the defense should expect, and also with Brunson, they're gonna change the way to prepare for the game, because you're throwing the ball ahead of Cat in between him and the rim, and you don't do that enough. Well, is that Brunson's fault? It sounds like you're telling me, Flea, that's Cat's fault.
I think that's on both guys. Like I think Brunson's game intimidates Cat. Like I think, but it doesn't even look like he has, the real balls to say, this is a me and you thing. Like I know you the guy, but for us to go where we need to go, this is a me and you thing. I think he submits to, well, let's see if he could just take us. I'll be around if y'all need me. And that's the attitude I get from Cat. He's played well the second half of the season. I think if we compare both halves of the season, I think we're more pleased with what he's done over the last month or two than we were with the first 2 months. But Brunson's game is predicated around him getting a bucket, him taking advantage of his matchup, him beating his guy one-on-one. It's not predicated on getting the second guy open. It's not predicated on Cat. Yo, all game long, who's the big from Charlotte? Diabate, whoever he is, all day long, we're going to make him play defense. That's never the game plan. We're going to make him play defense, Cat, because he can't guard you. They're not looking at it like that. It's, well, who's defending me? And what can I do with my matchup? And that's the next level I'm talking about for Brunson. It's like the next level is your matchup is going to get beat regardless, because you're that talented of a player. You're that great of a player. But these other guys who are going to help you win on a championship level, they got to be exploited too. You got to exploit whatever the defense is putting on them as well. And so I think that for me, that sums it up. I think Brunson's game is so intimidating to Cat that He doesn't even ask him to do anything different. It's always, Cat, I need you to do something different. They got to meet in the middle at some point.
But old boy, you're the one that spoke to Mitchell Robinson needing the ball more, right? And I definitely flat out laughed at you. Lee was on a like, yo, what is he gonna do with the ball? But the fact that Mitchell Robinson was still doing his job and then he was still diving to the rim. We were all saying, like, all right, not for nothing, but you could get him the ball. Has Cat shown enough diving to the rim, playing like a big man to even be able to approach Brunson and say, well, what you were begging for Mitchell Robinson to get the ball?
Cat shouldn't have to beg to get the ball. I mean, at this point, Brunson is a ball hog. And Cat's body language the other night showed everything. That was towards Brunson. That's towards Josh Hart. They don't pass him the ball. So what do you expect me to do when you pass me the ball? Fuck y'all. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it should be condoned, but that's probably what Cat's mindset is. It's just that he's a nice guy, so he's not going to call you out. He's not going to try to show you up. But, bro, if I'm on the court with you, you don't pass me the ball, and I'm brought here for offense. I'm brought here to help us get to the next level, and you don't pass me the ball, fuck you want me to do? They don't even put him in the right position to get the ball, even though some of that should be on him. But like I said, we watched him look him off. We watched Brunson with just that one-track mind. Why y'all think when OG get it, OG doing what the fuck he want? For me, we've all played basketball, and I repeat this all the time, whether it's on a high level or low level. I know me, if I'm on a court with you, you don't pass the ball, I don't even want the ball. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not rebounding. I'm not playing D. I'm going to just watch you do what you do. Is it right? No. But at the same time, bro, I'm over here. You don't want to pass me the ball? Fuck you. I think that's the mindset he has. And at the end of the day, we've all played with somebody where if that happens, you telling me you're going to play harder, work harder? You telling me you're going to be like, well, I'm going to defend harder. I'm going to get more. No. The average human being is going to play tit for tat. They're going to be petty. And when Brunson threw that ball at Cat, or what I think it was a bash or whatever it was, and Cat flung it quickly to the corner and hit the three, and you seen his face and his body language, bro, I'm around niggas that don't want to give me the ball. Y'all complain about everything about me, but I don't get the ball. Yeah, when he gets the ball, he's clumsy. He looks a little willy and weird and silly at times. But I also seen him on a fast break do the double clutch backwards joint. Right? So I'm just saying, right? They laughed at me with Mitchell Robinson. Remember, I'm not saying give him the ball to do moves, but why he can't get 2 to 4 lobs a night? When he gets that, he looks a little spry, right? I'm just saying it looks like it's difficult to play with Jalen Brunson at this point. That's all I'm saying. And I think any other superstar that plays alongside Brunson, it's going to be the same problem. I'm sorry. And I think just how Cat is dealing with it, we may not agree with it. He may need to speak up, but he may not be a guy that wants altercation or wants to speak up. But they're doing him semi-dirty. He played a part in it. I'm not saying he shouldn't be held accountable, but Brunson don't give a fuck about nobody but Josh Hart, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Thought you were ready to say something, Flea.
Yo, and with all that being said, they look like they about to get on the same page for the next 2 months and play well together.
No,
they that good.
No, they're not. I was just saying, hopefully they understand the magnitude of the situation because, Flea, if we lose in the first or the second round, the way their names is going to be dragged in the mud is going to be insane. That's all I'm saying. But I agree with what you said. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you are 100% correct. For us to think or believe that they're going to get it together in less than 2 weeks to go on this historic run, I'm not going with that. I'm just saying that looked better than what it usually looked with them two together on the camera because you rarely see it.
Oh, boy, real quick. we never really got Flea's point of view about Mr. Mike Breen's commentary from earlier. Definitely want to hear what Flea got to say about this. Mike Breen had some things to say about Knicks fans and the media during the last Knicks blowout against the Chicago Bulls.
There are many Knicks fans and many in the media and many within the organization who feel that this season would be considered a disappointing one if the Knicks don't make the NBA Finals. How about that?
Unequivocally.
If that doesn't show you tremendous progress to go to the point where a non-finals appearance is a disappointment, how many years where it was considered a huge success if they even clinched a playoff berth, as Sexton knocks that down.
Yeah, before the Pistons came on and Tatum came back and Harden, the Knicks were the favorites for everyone to do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a championship is what everyone wants, and that's the goal. But just remember where the franchise was before Leon Rose arrived. And Leon Rose and his staff have done a tremendous job. And then you think about some of the play, like Julius Randle was a big part of the turnaround. Tom Thibodeau, a big part of the turnaround. And, of course, Jalen Brunson, a key figure in turning the struggling franchise around. It's amazing. And sometimes it's easy to forget there were a lot of dark years. And now that blows me away where it'd be a disappointment if they don't get to the NBA Finals. Now, they still feel confident they can get there. It's not going to be easy. They've been up and down, very inconsistent. But we've seen a number of this particular Knicks roster and their ability to raise their game in the postseason, and that, of course, is led by Jalen Brunson.
I don't know. Very interesting comments from Mike Breen. Because boy, oh boy, did he sound awfully familiar to my brother, Flea, who gets back into that bag from time to time. What are you thinking about what Mike Brown was saying? We're headed into the end of the season, going to the playoffs, and to kind of alter our championship expectations and go back to the half glass full before Leon Rose got here. He changed things up, man.
I mean, optimism is cool, but Mike Breen is being disingenuous. He knows that. He knows that. He knows that. He knows that. That soothes any, because you know what I said, man. You have this section of Knicks fans that is this super pretentious, that is super above them, above everybody. And you know what I'm saying? If you're not just riding with the Knicks, good, bad, or indifferent, then you got to stay over there. If you critique the Knicks, you a certain section of the fan base. And I just think that fans are thirsting. Fans are thirsting for something to be happy about and proud of and shooting for a championship. Why is it that expectations can't be on the Knicks in terms of making it to the finals with what we've done over the last couple of years in the playoffs? But somebody who has the same run would have the same expectations. Okay, any 29 other teams that have been consistent playoff team, that have been making strides in the playoffs, that was one step away from the finals last year, any other team would have expectations of we need to be we want to be a finals team. We want to shoot for the finals and be in position to win a championship. And if that doesn't happen, that is going to be disappointing. We put that somehow on the Knicks, and that's a problem. We can't be disappointed or for not making it to the NBA Finals. Don't keep their fucking feet to the fire. Mike Breen, love you, bro. I think he's one of the best at it. I think he's one of the best at doing it. But far too many times does he come from a position of everybody just calm down. Everybody just calm down. Mike Breen, how old were you when the last time we won? What were you doing, Mike Breen, last time we won? You were a child too, probably. You were young in your profession, probably. So you can't tell everybody how they need to feel. Sorry. We want to see this team progress once again. Miss me with the coaching change, man. I'm over that. We got pros. We got guys that are playing at a certain level. Miss me with that. Breen, enough, man. Stop that. Stop that. Thinking about the franchise 10 years ago. 10 years ago don't matter right now. 10 years ago does not matter. What's happening today? We control a lot of our destiny and our fate. That's the other thing. It's not like we was walking into this season again. Everybody had you heard what Clyde said. Everybody had the Knicks as a favorite. So we pretty much have control over what we doing and who we seeing and how we approaching this thing. Nobody has put pressure on us all season until now. Until now, there's some pressure, and Mike Breen is telling everybody, "Yo, calm down." Nah, Jason Tatum came back. Do y'all see how Boston looks? Let's keep it a buck. Let's not play with this. Y'all see how Boston looks? Honest question right now. I'm not being funny. Do y'all see how Boston looks right now? Do you think we're gonna catch them napping or catch them sleeping again in a playoff series where they don't respect us or they don't say, "I remember what these niggas did to us last year"? That team, come on, yo, listen. The Knicks had a prime opportunity to make a statement throughout the postseason. Throughout the regular season, so that when we get to the postseason, it's like, yo, that's a dangerous team. And nobody respects this team. Nobody does. And so now they're about to flip a switch now because it's April. I have to see it to believe it. So, Mike Breen, we have the right expectations for this team. I think they are tempered properly.
Oh, I thought he was trying to talk.
No, well said. Listen, I just wanted to hear his opinion on that because we spoke about it the other day. Yeah, 100% agree. We kind of had, the same outlook that you had.
It's insane. It's insane. My brain. Get your shit together, Mike. Happy Easter, though. For those that celebrate. Flea. AllBall. Tomorrow, 7:30?
7 o'clock.
I'll be here.
7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yeah. Is it that's a away game, right?
Yeah, definitely ATL.
Yeah, that's on the road.
7 o'clock. Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks. It's on the Peacock Network, so we can catch up. It's actually be in real time while talking to each other, or excuse me, the play-by-play. Hey, by the way, Cash App ABTV3. Cash App ABTV3. Hit that Cash App button. Show us some love. Instagram AllBall TV 3 underscores. AllBall TV 3 underscores. And of course, join the membership. AllBall TV. Hit the channel, the membership, or the Fabian channel, wherever you catch us at. Hit that join button, man. AllBall. Flea. Any last words before we get up out of here?
OG said that if we win tomorrow night, he's going to be impressed. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah. Yes. Depending on how we win, yes. Like these next couple games is all teams that are in the playoffs. We got Atlanta coming up, Boston, I think Charlotte, I think Toronto. So I would be impressed by every game we play leading up to the playoffs because these are teams that are potential matchups. So, yes.
Fabian?
Want me to take it from here?
I was asking you the same question. Are you going to be impressed if we get a W against the Hawks tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's always how you win. Because even when they're in that 7-game winning streak, we ain't beat a good team in over a month. So this would be one. And Dyson Daniels, I want to see how Brunson responds to Dyson Daniels. Because I don't think Brunson has played any one of these defensive player of the year dudes. Whether it's Asor Thompson, Amen Thompson. Like, he's really struggled with them this season as compared to last year. And we could blame, Mike Brown, whoever. But that's still on him because he's a one-on-one guy. So the fact that it's getting to him, that's what I'm really looking forward to, regardless of how the game goes. Because if we fight and we lose, all right, that's one thing. But if Brunson's still not really playing, with the rhythm of the game and not getting it going, not figuring him out, then I'm gonna have a real issue with that, because we got to play him in the first round if possible, possibly. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, that Dyson Daniels Brunson matchup. Flea, what do you think?
I said that I wouldn't be impressed with anything the Knicks did anymore until the playoffs. I kind of want to stay. I kind of want to stay on that bandwagon, and just whatever happens is gonna happen. I need to see what we do in the playoffs. But I would be lying if I didn't say that if we put the last couple of games together, because this is a team that, the starters might not. You know how you get to this game, last 3 games of the season, you might sit guys, you might allow guys to get some rest, you might play some young guys just because your playoff position is solidified. Like, is our playoff position still in the balance per if we win the next 4 games? Like, let's say we lose the next 4 games or we go 500. Could we bump down to the number 4 spot? So again, all these games are important. I wouldn't be impressed with a win against Atlanta. Just me. They've disappointed me entirely too much this season. I'm just so over the regular season and the ups and downs and the inconsistencies of this Knicks team. I want to see how they show up when everything counts. Rubber is meeting the road. It's playoff time. How you gonna show up? So this, I'm gonna just stay there. Nothing the Knicks could do is going to impress me over the next 4 games.
To your point, the Hawks are 5 games behind us, so the Knicks have clinched home court advantage in the playoffs, but they're 1 game ahead, in the loss column against the Cavaliers. So the Knicks, they win the next couple games, they can solidify the 3rd seed. If not, and they go on another skid, they could switch spots with Cleveland and may play the Hawks in the first round. So they may want to play. If they stay in the 3rd seed, it looks like it's the 76ers. If they go to the 4th seed, it looks like it will be the Hawks. So this is starting to be a trend going forward where got to get this thing going, man.
I know we're about to get out. I know we're about to get out of here, OG. Who would you rather see in the first round, Philly or the Hawks, if the playoffs started?
The Hawks.
I think I'll go with that too.
Yeah, the Hawks.
I'll go with Philly. They're too. I don't believe in them. Flea.
We live.
Big Flea. Biggest, y'all. Peace to everybody in the chat.
And of course, y'all know what this is.
Knicks Rehab, y'all.
Cash App ABTV3. Instagram AllBall TV 3_. And of course, join the membership here, AllBall TV or Fabian Perspective channel. Do what you can. Do what thou wilt. You could have been anywhere else. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock against the Hawks. We shall be back. Oh,
Sir.
And wake up, AllBall. It's Monday morning.
Wake up, AllBall. Look at his face.
We'll see.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.